Welcome to the Southwest Health and Human Services Child Care Licensing Orientation. If you are interested in caring for children from more than one family, it's important to learn how to become licensed. SWHHS has developed this online training to review how to become a licensed child care provider and some things to consider when starting a child care business. If you do not live in or will not be operating a licensed child care home in Lincoln, Lyon, Murray, Pipestone, Redwood, or Rock County, then this information is not for you. Please contact the county where you will be operating, as each county agency has their own licensing process. If you are considering using a commercial space for your child care, please call the child care licensor in your county to discuss requirements for child care in commercial space. Also, if your intent is to open a child care center, you must contact the Minnesota Department of Human Services Licensing Division at 651-431-6500. County agencies license family child care. Minnesota Department of Human Services licenses child care centers. Please feel free to contact your county licensor to discuss the unique differences. What does it mean to be licensed? To be licensed for family child care, you must have completed and met the minimum requirements to obtain a license and have been issued a license from the state of Minnesota. The state of Minnesota requires persons caring for children from more than one unrelated family at any given time to be licensed. Legally unlicensed means you can care for related children and no more than one unrelated family. This refers to children on the premises at any one time. If you have two unrelated families attending on alternate days, this is legal. If they attend on the same day, this is not legal. The definition of related is relationships by marriage, blood, or adoption. This is limited to the provider's spouse, parent, grandparent, child, sibling, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, or legally appointed guardian. If you plan to take care of your cousin's children, these children would not be considered related to you. However, if you are caring for your brother's or spouse's children, these children would be considered related to you. The majority of applicants will start out with a Class A license. This license allows a provider to have a total of 10 children in care at any given time. Your own children and any visiting children under the age of 11 years count in your license capacity, even if you are not being paid to care for them. This is true even if the visiting children's parent is present. There are 7 different types of in-home family child care licenses, but only 4 will be discussed at orientation. Please contact your county licensor if you are interested in pursuing licensure of one of the 3 infant toddler specialty licenses. The age categories for the 4 license classes discussed today are defined as: infants are age 6 weeks to 12 months. The provider's newborn is the only newborn who may be in care prior to age 6 weeks. Toddlers are age 12 months to 24 months, or in other words, 1-year-olds. Preschoolers are age 24 months up to age 5 years. School agers are age 5 through age 10. A child no longer counts against your capacity limits on their 11th birthday. Please look at this chart to determine capacity and age distribution limits. It is easiest to look at the chart from right to left, oldest children to youngest children. You can always have more older children in care, but you cannot move younger children into the older children's spots. Most providers will start out with a Class A license, which allows for 10 children in care. Remember, your children and any visiting children, even if you are not being paid to care for them, count against this total. This is true even if the visiting children's parent is present. Please note the 10 boxes under the Class A license. You can write the names of the children into the boxes according to their ages to help you see where you have room to add more children into care. Of the 10 children, up to 6 of them can be under 5 years old. 3 of those 6 children under 5 years old can be under 24 months of age. They could all be 1-year-olds if you'd like. Of those 3 children under 24 months of age, 2 can be infants or under 12 months of age. Most of your calls from prospective families will be for children under 24 months of age. Please keep in mind that most new providers fill up in the infant, toddler age groups before filling up to total capacity. Providers will be eligible for the Class C licenses once they have been licensed for 1 year. Some education and experience exceptions apply to this. Your licensor may provide additional information about that. It is important to examine why you want to become licensed for family child care. Is it solely to be home with your own children? Do you want and need to earn a reasonable income? Do you enjoy working with children? Do you enjoy interacting with parents and other adults? Do you recognize the significance of early child care on children's development? Understand that licensed family child care is a business that you will operate in your home. There are certain skills needed to be successful to run a quality child care. You will no longer be a babysitter, and you will be held to higher standards as established by the state of Minnesota. Success and quality are dependent on good communication skills, organizational skills, willingness to follow and abide by state laws, knowledge of child development, the ability to relate to and nurture children, professionalism, and a good sense of humor. Another important aspect for licensed family child care providers is that you will become mandated reporters. If you suspect abuse or neglect of any child, you are legally required to report this information to Child Protection or the police. Specific directions on this will be provided at your home visit. There is also a responsibility to ensure data privacy for your clients. You cannot share information with other providers or other families about any child or their families that are in your care, including on social media. The only people who should have access to this information would be you as the provider, your substitute caregiver if you have one, and licensing staff. Not only does becoming licensed indicate professionalism with a commitment to children and quality, there are additional benefits. You will receive support from licensing staff along with resources and consultation when requested. You will have the opportunity to network with other providers at trainings, many of whom have been licensed for a number of years and have experiences and suggestions to share, which may help make your own program more successful. You are eligible to join a food program to receive reimbursement for the meals and snacks that you serve the children. There will be various grants and loans available. You become your own boss and get to determine what services you will provide within the guidelines of state regulations. And best of all, you get to spend time having fun and teaching children. In your licensing packet, you will receive a copy of the daycare rule. You may also access the rule and the Human Services Licensing Act through the State of Minnesota Revisor's Office website. Chapter 9502, also known as Rule 2 or the Rule, governs licensing process, qualifications, capacity, activities, environment, and sanitation. You may find outdated guidelines in the rule about crib requirements, licensing sanctions, infant sleep space, insurance notices, and training. The updated guidelines are found in Minnesota Statute 245A. Minnesota Statute 245A, also known as the Human Services Licensing Act, governs who must be licensed, crib requirements, licensing sanctions, infant sleep space, insurance notices, and training. This statute is updated annually at the Minnesota Legislature. The online versions are updated every October. You are expected to know the rule and statute. There are training requirements for all licensed child care providers. Before you can receive a license, you will need to complete the following pre-service trainings: infant child CPR and pediatric first aid within the last 2 years. This training must be certified by the American Red Cross or American Heart Association. CARS, or Children and Restraint System, only if you're going to transport children under 9 years of age. No online training will be accepted for CPR, first aid, or CARS training. Sudden unexpected infant death or SUID within the past 2 years if you will be caring for any infant, even your own. You will also watch 3 free videos on this topic every other year. SUID can be taken online or in person and is a 1-hour class. Abusive head trauma, or AHT, within the past 2 years if you will be caring for any child under 5 years of age. You will also watch 3 free videos on this topic every other year. AHT can be taken online or in person and is a 1-hour class. Developmentally appropriate behavior guidance is a 4-hour class that everyone must take. It can be taken in person or online. Supervising for safety for family child care is a 6-hour class if you take it in person. It is offered in 2 3-hour sessions, usually within a week's time, and there are no tests. Supervising for safety for family child care is an 8-hour class if you take it online. It is offered like a college course where you check in online with your instructor and classmates over a 3-week period, do homework, and take tests. More specific directions on how to register for training will be provided in the second video. Childcare Aware offers training all over the state, which can be found at www.developtoolmn.org. Childcare Aware also offers online training. DevelopToolMN.org is the one-stop shop where you will go for the trainings required to obtain and maintain your license. Develop is where you will register for trainings offered by Childcare Aware of Minnesota, including online options offered through Eager to Learn. For trainings offered by other organizations, such as food program training, there will be a link to find more information about registering. Develop is where you will keep a record of all your training and education. Develop is the tool you would use to apply for Parent Aware, a quality rating system for childcare and early childhood programs. The second orientation video will offer instructions on how to get a Develop account. For further help with Develop, contact your Childcare Aware office at 507-376-4195. Please make note of our website and license or contact information. We welcome any and all questions or concerns from you regarding the licensing process. We are here to support and educate you in licensed childcare, and we are happy to help in any way that we can. Thank you for viewing this orientation video. For more information or to continue the licensing process, please contact the licensing staff at SWHHS included previously. We are here to help and support you.